I'm all into crypto, but some people might feel like they missed the boat on Bitcoin. Well, maybe that's true. So if I had to go all in to only one, Bitcoin or Kaspa, which one would I do and why? We're going to look at the chart, go over some data and a few comparisons. I love you all. This is never financial advice. Coming over to market cap of, you can see that if CAS ever reached the overall market cap that BTC had, that's 1,000x. Now, I do not expect this to happen, at least not anytime soon. And I never expect Kaspa to take Bitcoin's place. They're two totally different things, and Kaspa actually fulfilled Satoshi's vision and solved the trilemma, but that's for another day. But coming over here, taking a look at BTC right now, $2.2 trillion overall market cap for Bitcoin, sitting at almost 111, down from the all-time high that was around 124. But if you go take a look at Kaspa right here, you're gonna see it's a totally different chart. It's a totally different run. It's been a bear market for Kaspa. It's been a bull market for Bitcoin. So what I want to get into is diving into the charts a little bit, and then we're going to go into what I think each of these bring for the overall DeFi economy and why I'm leaning more towards one than the other. So if we take a look right here, BTC, you can see what these lines are right here. This is the weekly time frame, and what we're looking at in the green is the 21 week, and what we're looking at in the red is the 50 week. And you can see the last time that they had a reversal was down here, and the overall price since then for BTC has done over a 3x from that indicator. Now, these are a little bit of a lagging indicator, meaning it won't always mark the complete top or the complete bottom, but it does a pretty good job in not having many false crosses, right? Because yeah, right here, what was this at? About 800B over there, but it still dropped down approximately 65%, right? So even though this wasn't the absolute top, but if one of these crosses do happen, it's a good indicator that it probably is a market reversal. And if you look over here at CAS, you can see it's a totally different ball game. This is on the daily time frame, so let's go to the weekly because it's very important to look at this from a big perspective. If we're wanting to look what happens over the next 6-12 months, what happens over the next 6-12 years even. So when we're taking a look at this cross happened, which would be a bear cross in January, and it's been down only for 25. But you could see this sharp reversal down here, right here, and it looks like we're going to have the cross sometime soon, sometime towards October timeframe. Let me break in here. I was editing. The markets have been rough lately, so I want to do something for the markets. Fam 50, and we're gonna have it for a limited 10 people, 50% off the Discord forever. Get with like-minded investors. The WAP link will be down below. Now let's get back into Bitcoin and Kaspa, where right now we're looking at Bitcoin right here. And so Bitcoin's been in a bull, Kaspa's been in a bear. So just that alone tells me that there might be more upside in CAS, but we can't just look at that. We have to look at max potential. Coming over to BTC at a $2 trillion overall market cap. How high could it really go if I'm looking at which one I want to go all in on? So I want to go over to the gold chart, and we can see that the gold market cap is about 24 trillion. So that's still 12 times greater than Bitcoin. But let's just say Bitcoin was able to, in a year, match the gold market cap, which it's obviously not going to do that. But that would take this right to about a $1 million Bitcoin, whereas a 10x over here on CAS would only take it to an 80-cent CAS. So I personally believe, never financial advice, that there's a lot more upside in CAS at the time than there is BTC. And it's for good reason that when we're looking at this, we have major institutional adoption already coming to Bitcoin, right? But there's a lot of things that Kaspa does that Bitcoin does not do. And what I'm waiting for is for us to get actually into altcoin season. I'm hoping we can see a 8, 9, 10 trill overall crypto market cap. I think that would be amazing. But just highlighting a couple things that Kaspa does better than absolutely anybody on a proof of work network, and we will see that is 10 blocks per second, and smart contracts are coming very soon. But I'd be lying if I said Kaspa has all the time in the world. A lot of investors lose confidence, and DeFi doesn't stop for anyone. Right now, Kaspa's competing against the likes of Solana, the likes of Ethereum, Base, and Sui. Blockchains that might be proof of stake. They're not proof of work like Kaspa and Bitcoin, but they already have native smart contracts. So I think the development for Kaspa to get native smart contracts needs to come within a year, and that these layer 2 smart contracts need to be rolled out very, very soon. But the last thing that I want to look at over here on the chart is coming down to a little smaller time frame, maybe a daily time frame, and you can see that this pattern really started in January, but we could even drag it back to November if we wanted another touch point right there, even potentially way back here to July of 2024 if we wanted to ride it all the way down, showing how really important this trend line is. And so what I'm looking for here, I'm going to be expecting to come down to around this level right here, which is around the 7 cent range, and then come up. And then what we want to see is a come down from testing it, break through it with volume. Volume is very important. And then we're going to want to see a retest and then go up and then eventually take a new all-time high for Kaspa. What do you think would be the best investment at this point in the cycle? Me going all into Kaspa or full port in BTC? I want to know what you think down in the comments below. Watch this video up above, and if you're not a part of the Finance Freeman family, what are we doing? Subscribe. I love you all.